TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Welcome back to another edition of Talk Show Kings. We're coming at you live, having big fun out in TV 1061 in Douglasville, Georgia. We want to start out by giving shots out to our social media person, Ms. Shante Barksdale. And I apologize for messing your name up them 1,000 times, but that smack to the eye you gave me last time, you cured it. I know Shante Barksdale. I want to give a shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington, and a shout out to our technical director, Mr. Marcus Givens.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah. Now, we're going to start off with an introduction of the Kings. I'm going to start off all the way on my right. Yes, sir.
I'm King Takar from Boston.
King Takar from Boston, Massachusetts in the house.
Boston's in the house.
Okay, to my immediate left.
I am King Lundy. Thank you for being here. Go Falcons.
Go Falcons. Mr. Macon, Georgia himself.
Absolutely.
You know my grandma from Macon, so I can't
Is that
say
right?
that. Yeah. Hey, and to my far left.
I'm King Robert from Albany.
Albany, Georgia.
All day, all day.
Georgia.
Hey, home with Mr. Ray Todd. Mr. Ray Todd from Albany. I don't know why that movie said here, Florida boy, but the man from Albany, Georgia. Mm-hmm. And myself, I'm King Doc from ATL, Georgia.
Hey, Doc.
Exactly. So fresh and so clean. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
Check this out, though. We want to jump right into it. And I'm going to go last because I don't want y'all changing y'all opinion when after I speak.
Hit us up.
How y'all feel about T.I. and saying that he goes to his daughter's annual appointment, annual gynecology appointment to know if her hymen's broken?
Wow.
Let me start by saying, how old is his daughter?
18.
She's 18 now.
And that's what I was going to
She's
say.
18 now.
I can see if she was like 17, 16.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know.
So this is the first year at 18. So
she's
First year,
late.
no. He's been doing it for a
No,
minute.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
been
at
doing
18.
it.
I mean, since she's been like, I guess, an adult.
Absolutely,
So this is the
yeah.
first time
As
she's
an
at
ad-
18.
As an
Right.
adult.
So I mean, as his daughter and him, watching out for her and protecting her and stuff,
Right.
I can see him being, as a parent, there, for that kind of thing. I know that's more of the mom's, area, but I can see him being there and kind of want to know that information if he
Gotcha.
feel it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
But
At the age
I mean,
of-
maybe now it's
Right.
probably a good time to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they went off on social
Absolutely.
media.
Social media killed T.I.
Yeah.
And T.I., if you're looking in that camera, I want you to hear the sounds of my voice. Somewhat controlling. Because I've heard T.I. can be controlling. And to me, that's a controlling demeanor to an 18-year-old woman now. As King Takar said in his previous statement, 14, 15, maybe, but 18-year-old grown woman, you're taking her. And where's the mom? Where's the mother?
You said that. Hey, you say none of that.
Where's the mother? Where's the mother? Mom, you got to stand up at some time and say, this is
Gone too far.
absolutely. Let me do this one here,
That's all I know. That can kind of come down to the relationship, because I think we go to that natural relationship where maybe the daughter is more, she feels, better talking to her mom about that.
Of
but
course.
maybe that's not the case in this relationship.
Right.
Maybe she felt a little better doing that with her dad and didn't mind it. It comes down to what she doing, and I'm sure the mom would chime in if the daughter telling the mom, I don't feel, comfortable talking to my dad about that. But maybe that's not an issue.
Absolutely. Now take it from this point of view right here. And you are a young lady, and you just got your period.
You the ugliest young lady I ever seen.
You're not gonna call dad you know, and say, hey, Dad, I just got my period. You would pretty much, preferably, young girls would call their mom and discuss that with them.
But again, that's why
I would think anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's like, I feel that's the more natural route
Right,
to go.
right.
But I feel it can go the other way based off how the
relationship.
the relationship
Absolutely.
between
Right.
the parent and child.
Uh-huh.
So if their relationship isn't like that, and maybe she feel more comfortable calling her
Yeah.
dad.
Well, she has to sign for him to see. For the doctor to even talk to him about it, she has to sign a waiver.
Right.
The doctor can't talk to him without her permission.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's forcing her to sign. You know, I don't know.
Hey, now,
Again,
it's definitely a problem. if that's true.
Again, T.I., from my understanding, is controlling individual.
My stance is everything was okay until he talked about it.
Right.
Because if that's something that he and his daughter have between the two of them, I mean, I don't know, but I don't think he was in the room during the examination. Just the doctor comes out and give him, you know, nod yeah or nod no or something to that effect. You know, some kind of inconspicuous whatever. And I feel like if whatever you and your people do, until you talk about it, it's not whatever.
Right.
If it was, a lot of people say it's creepy, it's so on and so forth. But again, he's doing what he thinks is best for his daughter. His daughter's 18. She's a virgin.
Right.
At least vaginally. She's a virgin. And it's hard enough to get an 18-year-old out here without a child,
Right.
without some kind of sexual lust or whatever, without, you know, going after the flesh.
Right.
So, you know, if that worked for them and it's not too, I don't know, too stressful on her, as long as it was between the two of them, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Right.
My oldest daughter,
Right.
I'm a very overprotective dad, and this is a true
Not
story.
controlling, but just overprotecting.
This is a true story.
Okay.
Every night before my daughters went to bed, I went and checked on them in the morning. When I got up before I went to work, I went and checked on them. Well, this was a Saturday morning, and everybody was off, and my daughters had started. I hope
Right.
she don't be mad I'm telling this story. But, so I walk in there, and she comes out the room, and she looks distraught. And she says, I'm bleeding. And so
Right,
I say,
right.
did you fall? What?
Right.
What's wrong? She said, no, I'm bleeding down there. I said, oh, Lord Jesus. So I ran and picked up the phone that was about to dial 911 because I thought that something was really wrong. And my ex stepped out the room and said, jackass, hang up the phone. She started her cycle. I was like, okay, whew, cool. Oh, Jesus, wait a minute. But that is a true story.
Absolutely.
That is really a
Yeah,
true story.
yeah.
But the point is, I'm close to my daughter like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've never, you know, her under is her business. I never asked her about it. You know, she told me when she started being sexually active,
Right.
and I respected her for it. Just make sure she stayed protected, you know, so on and so forth. I discouraged it. I didn't want it to happen, but I do realize as human beings, once that thirst started, it ain't like you can just turn it off. I mean,
Right,
just like
right.
And I think
Vampires.
what you mentioned, that what it comes down to in the whole story is the relationship. Now, I don't know if that's the main reason he's going
Right.
to figure out, like, is that the main reason he there, or he was already, you know, going over there with her. But like in your story, you would prefer that your child would come and, you know, be able to
Right.
communicate with you and
Right.
tell you that stuff, and not, you know, try to hide it from you, or feel pushed to the point that you're pushing yourself to come with them
Right.
to the gynecologist to, you know, get that information. So hopefully you will be able to, you know, just talk to your daughter if the relationship's good.
Right.
people have jumped to conclusions though. You hear people saying, well, he might have cut her off and he might have did this and he might have pressured her.
Right.
And I'm not saying he didn't. I
Right.
don't know. But I'm not going to automatically assume that he did.
Right.
I'm not going to make him into this monster without knowing the backstory.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I mean, that may be a conversation that his daughter's just comfortable with.
Right.
It's definitely possible. And until, you know, whatever comes out, and if I was him, I would have just dropped it. But I would have never said it in the beginning. You know, there's some
Right.
things
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
you know,
Daddy.
yeah. Let me hit up a couple of our
go ahead.
guests. I'd like to thank Angela Gorham, Arthur Johnson
Thank
and
you,
Shamika
Angie.
White for watching.
Right.
Arthur says, no matter how much we want our daughters to be our princesses forever, they got to grow up.
Right.
I feel you on that. Sheila Dawson Wright, your sister, says, hey, Kings. Hey, Sheila, how you doing? Angie, hey, Kings. Angie, I commend fathers being in their daughters' lives. I feel you on that because
Right.
we definitely need
to
so,
be,
Did you guys see? Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. There are 2 police chiefs that have been caught forging black men's documents. One of them admitted to putting over 1,000 innocent black men in jail. Over 1,000.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
about
in
that.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shamika White, I just feel like I think it's good. It's a good thing that he is protective, but I also think it can be seen as controlling. I feel you on that, Mika, and
Right.
I'm not knocking anybody's opinion. You know, how did he get the information? Was it a conversation? Was she uncomfortable talking about it and told him, I'd just rather you get the
Right,
thumbs up and
right,
down from the
right.
doctor because I don't want you talking about my
Right,
privacy.
right.
I mean,
I know, and I think it just.
There are a
like you
lot-
Said it depends on how. What's the background to the story?
Yeah.
I feel you on that one.
And-
Shamika, again, there are a lot who are real loose because their parents aren't protective of them. I feel you on that one. Angie, my father would go buy my feminine products. I feel you on that one. And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, King.
Now the thing about it is, and I know it has brought a big elephant in the room of some conversation is, what if the doctor would have came out and said, yes, her hymen has been broken.
Yeah.
Then what?
Only thing you can do is be disappointed.
I was gonna say there's not much you can really do, but just be upset, disappointed. Like
Yeah.
it is what it is.
But see, I would hope that if something like that happened, they were close enough to where she would tell him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know, because from my understanding, his son started at like 13 or 14, this, that, and the other.
real early.
And
yeah.
okay, people talk that should be non. I don't want to word it like that. People talk that should be conversation, and by no stretch of the imagination am I against what should happen. You can teach what should happen, but as a man, as a black man, as a woman, as any race woman, you got to realize that life ain't the same for you as it is for everybody else. And while you're talking should, while you're understanding of should, while you're trying to strive for should, you still have to be prepared to live in the now, to what's going on today. And in today's society, it is extremely hard for a woman to be a single mother and raise a child, because a lot of these guys ain't staying with their women and they ain't taking care of their children. And that's just the truth. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, now she has means because of who her father is, but still, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Come on, Kings, holler at me.
Yeah, well, Planned Parenthood, for a lot of these young women, the last thing that they even discuss is Planned Parenthood. Who sits down and say, well, at 15 or 16 years old, I'm getting ready to get pregnant. I'm getting ready to have a child, and I'm going to do this and do that. And prime example, you know, and I'm about like you, I hope she don't kill me for that. But I have a 15-year-old niece that right today she's pregnant, and we just found out about a month ago. And her thing was, well, we love each other, we're gonna get married, he's gonna go into the military. It's already worked out, but it does not work out like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
know?
not. It's definitely not a guaranteed thing.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
the baby should come after he's in the
Yeah,
military. and
absolutely.
y'all are married
You know,
and so on and so
yeah,
forth.
yes,
Like,
yes.
I used to tell my daughter when it came to babies, like, you know, you gotta think about this. You're going to college. At least that's what you said you want to do.
Right,
If you go to college and you want to be a cheerleader, you can't travel with the team if you got a baby.
that's right.
And please don't think that you're gonna drop them off with me every day, because I ain't with that nonsense. But if you got a baby, there's a lot of things. There are a lot of limitations, and then you get a lot of parents that are abusive when they have children young, because now your childhood's cut off because you have this huge responsibility.
A child raising a child, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to grow up so fast. There's a lot of stuff you just can't do because you can't afford to do that. You know, the days of you walking home stumbling,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You know, you can't stumble home.
Yes.
You can't go to sleep and be unconscious, because if the baby crying, you got to get up, take care of that child.
Absolutely.
You know, that's if you any kind of parent.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only does it affect the lives that that are involved, the mother and the father, but it also affects your parents. If you got parents in your life, and you're close with those parents, and a 15-year-old daughter has a baby, guess who now becomes a parent of that baby? Her parents.
Exactly.
You know, you got more grandparents raising children now than any other number that it has ever been.
Yeah, but you're a grandparent at
Yeah.
30 years old.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
a lot of them ain't going, just like you said, drop the babe off on me. This your
Exactly,
baby.
exactly. Let me hear Arthur Johnson says most fathers are overly involved. All we hear about are the deadbeat dads, and it's a shame that we only pay attention to what the media tells us.
Right.
I feel you on that, Artie, but we are being told we got to go to break.
Absolutely.
So we'll holler at you when we get back, and we're going to continue this conversation because there are a lot more aspects we need to touch on.
Right.
Talk Show Kings, holler at us.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com. And we thank you for your time.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
To that same, oh my bad, I can't hip it. I'm old. I like this. I like that. We were talking about T.I. and we wanted to venture not so much just stay on T.I., but we want to talk about teenage pregnancy. We want to talk about fathers being there for their children.
Right.
We want to talk about father-mother relationships as compared to the children. You know, this is opening up a much broader conversation. So Kings, holler at me. Hey, y'all holler at me too. Let me know what you're thinking.
Absolutely.
Okay, when we left, we were talking about Artie said that a lot of fathers are overly protective, but you only hear about the deadbeat dads,
Right.
deadbeat dads, which is so true. You hear so, like a friend of mine, one of my best friends, she was telling me that where she's from, it's uncommon to see fathers in the home at all.
Right.
That blows
Yeah,
my
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
I grew up single parent father. You know, now
right,
there weren't
absolutely.
a lot of fathers around, but there were, you know, some sprinkled here and there.
Right.
You know, it wasn't the most uncommon thing to see a father in the home, even though you had a lot of single mothers. You know.
Right.
So
History repeats itself. And what I mean by history repeats itself is this is not something new that's just happening. Fathers have left the home for many years. You know, that mothers have became single parent mothers, and they become the mother and the father because dads have left. Even now these days, I think they're leaving quicker now, you know, than anything. And the quicker that they're leaving solely is because of the finances. When a dad feels like I ain't making ends meet, I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, it just gets to be unbearable, and they out. They'll leave.
It's a horrible
when you say
time to
Yeah,
leave.
a horrible time to leave. You're absolutely right.
because there are
Right.
studies that say that when a man leaves the home, then the children suffer. They have to
suffer.
suffer through self-esteem issues. They have to suffer with not feeling as strong as they are because a father is normally the protection of them, and they feel protected with them. Also, that the family income goes down a lot without a man in the house. I didn't realize all of that.
There are numerous rappers and entertainers and sports figures that are raised by single mothers. A lot of them that go on TV and they tell their bio and they tell their life story, and they were not raised in a household with dads. That's the very reason why when they get that big check, they go out and take care of their moms.
Yeah.
Buy mom a car, buy mom a house. You know, a lot of the dads, they get nothing. A lot of
deserve
athletes'
nothing.
dads are still working.
Yeah, a lot of them don't deserve nothing though.
Yeah,
I mean, you
absolutely.
can't not be there all the time, and then all of a sudden now the kid getting this, that, and the other, and you want to show up.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying, you know, okay, if your child blows up and you want to get in their life, that's cool.
Right.
That's cool that you want to have that relationship, but I wouldn't break you off no bread.
But then you have some situations where you never know. Like it could be also the mother's fault, you know, on why the father's not around. Like as far as like,
I agree,
Yeah.
but okay,
'Cause-
if unless there's a court order telling you can't see your kids, you should see your kids.
Right,
in my
absolutely.
opinion.
Yeah.
But you're right. Now, blame is not even relevant in my mind
Right.
as far as why the couple broke up. If it's the woman's fault or the man's fault, that's whatever. The two people couldn't get along. I
Right,
get that.
right.
But if there's a child conceived
Then
and
they
both of
need-
y'all are the biological
Then they
of
need-
that child,
absolutely.
then you should pay some
Right.
kind of, you know, you should pay some kind of attention to that child. You should
Right.
have some part in that child's life,
I
in
think
my
he was
opinion.
touching much on like the other parent, like trying to keep the parent out
Oh,
of the
yeah.
relationship.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and you have a lot of those
Oh, yeah,
situations where
very,
that actually
very
happens.
familiar with
But
that.
when a man loves his child and really loves his child, nothing is going to keep him away from his child.
I can't necessarily
you
go
know,
with that one because a court
What will
order.
keep a man away? No, I'm not talking about a court order.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
saying,
talking
no.
about he has the initiative to see his child whenever he wants to. The reason they call them deadbeat dads is because they don't want to see the child.
Well, I
they don't
understand
want to
that.
do anything.
Yes, and there are
but
those
my
out there.
point is, what I'm saying is, when a man truly wants to be involved in his child's life, then he's going to take the initiative to do whatever he has to be done to be involved, unless he's in prison or something.
When the court steps in, bro, it ain't like you can just override them. Let me get to a couple more comments. Marjani Harris joined us. Thank you, MJ. Angela
Dang,
says
T.I. saw this.
Marjani Harris is a female.
You said Harris.
yeah.
Playing.
Hey, MJ, I don't know if you related to T.I. We never talked about that. She used to play basketball and stuff. She cool, real cool. She thinks she could play some spades. Anyway, okay. Andy says it's a cycle. Unfortunately, I commend the parents that co-parent together. I feel you on that. Good evening, Kings. Harriet Lucas.
Hey, Harriet.
My mom.
Kermichi.
Kermish.
All right. That's your mom?
Yeah, you keep.
Hey, Miss
My
Harriet.
bad, bro. My bad. Hey, man, your son about to assault me on live on radio.
Step outside.
I agree. If you wasn't there, don't be knocking after they make it. I feel you on that one. It seems like the
Yeah.
father's divorced the kid along with the mom. I feel you on that one.
Absolutely.
Harriet, your mom, says sometimes people make it so difficult to be around, especially when it's unhealthy and a hazard to your daily living. I feel you because
I
a
agree
friend of
with you on
mine
that.
and I
Yes.
were talking sometime recently, and she was saying that she wouldn't have her child around a drug dealer.
Right.
Like if the father became a drug dealer and they weren't together, she couldn't see sending her child over there
Right.
knowing this man is selling drugs.
Hey,
I can understand
yeah,
that
put the
because
child
now
in
you put the
danger.
child in danger.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
anytime, bullets can start flying.
Yeah.
Sheila Dawson, right? I heard the name before. when I was a young mom, when I was young, my mom would say that when we get grown, she was leaving my father. I was always wondering why. She said she would have more with her being with him. She would have more with her being with him. I didn't understand that until I found myself in the same boat. It was then that I understood her. I feel you on that one.
Right.
Like, yeah. I mean, that is what it is. I mean, couples,
Yeah, it is
couples,
what it is.
couples kind of break up. You can realize that this, that, and a lot of times people do stay together for the kids. Like, I stayed with my ex for a long time.
Right. For the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my daughter now tells me, like, she knew how unhappy I was.
Yeah.
And that kind of blows me away, because
Yeah.
I was the wind-up jackass. I made sure that my kids, we play, we draw, we Uno, we Yahtzee, whatever they want to do, I
Right.
tried to make sure it was there. I wanted to be there in their lives. So, I stuck around regardless. I went through hell doing it, but
Yeah.
after a while, I just couldn't take it no more, though. But that's neither here nor there. This ain't the Doc autobiography.
But it's same similar instances that people go through on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That they are in the very same, and like the young lady said, the cycle is perpetuating itself, and it's just doing the same old thing repeatedly, year after year after year, history after history after history. The same thing is happening in 1970, pretty much happening in 2019 with these younger kids making adult decisions.
Exactly.
How can you expect a 15-year-old to make an adult decision? And I said to my sister, I said, well, she's 15. Can't somebody step in and make the decision for her? And she said, well, she wants to have a baby. She don't believe in abortion, but she's 15.
Exactly. And what the doctors want, you can't, unless she, it has to be her decision. And
Well,
says kids, no, I agree with you.
right. Now, if Georgia passes the law, of the birth of a fetal inside of a woman, they're going to have no choice. If they get a heartbeat inside, then what choice are they going to have then?
I feel you on that one, but I feel like that's too far. I feel like, the government should be able to step that far in somebody's life.
Right.
That's just too much in my opinion. And then
it's
for the
already been
government,
decided.
Yeah,
for
pretty much.
yeah, exactly. But okay, with the new Supreme Court justices we have in there, all thing they're doing is trying to go back to vote on Roe versus Wade to
Right.
overturn that decision.
Right.
But the thing you got to understand is that when it comes to children, the government doesn't want to do before school care, after school care. They don't want to help feed the children, but they want all these more children to be born.
Right.
I can't understand that to save my life.
Yeah.
I really can't. I mean, I'm not saying I'm pro-abortion or anti-abortion, but I'm saying that to bring in millions of more people is just irresponsible.
Yeah, because they got to know that that's exactly what's going to happen. If a woman cannot make a decision to have an abortion, think of the multiplication of how many children are going to extend now into the world. And like Doc said, maybe we become overpopulated.
Yeah.
And I did see, it was this case they were talking about on TV where they studied this one area before when abortion was illegal.
Right.
And then it got legalized, and so they studied the effects of what happened in the actual community after, like, I want to say 30 years. And what they noticed, so since there were less unwanted pregnancies, and those pregnancies where people couldn't take care of kids, there were less like kids on the streets who were just like homeless kids, and so they saw that drop. Then they saw like the people who were having the kids were choosing to have kids, so they saw better stuff in the schools, the district, which also led to the neighborhood getting better and even bringing in more money because they had less of those kids where people weren't able to take care of them or even push themselves into like harder situations because they weren't allowed to have an abortion. So
you guys know that I'm not a fan of Donald Trump by any stretch of the imagination.
Right, we know.
But I will say that during the Trump administration, there seems to be a huge undertaking of busting up child sex rings and child sex acts and vans and all this kind of stuff. So, I got to give hats off and credit where it's due. During his administration, this is happening, and I commend him for it because that needs to be stopped, period. When they were talking about all these kids in cages, do you see all these thousands of kids who saying they've been sexually assaulted? These Hispanic kids that they separated from the parents and have no way. They didn't even record the daggone child and the parents' name together to reunite them. And now the kids saying they did being molested. Are you serious?
And I'm gonna say that also is what's happening under the Trump administration down there, and that thing is just things getting worse.
I feel you on that one. Yeah, but all this came off the T.I. Hyman. We just stretched out of it everywhere. Angie says, what kills me is the kids were made in love. Continue that love even if when the parents break up. I feel you. Mika, I agree with Angie. I feel you. I don't like when mothers badmouth the father or vice versa. Kids will find out on their own. I feel you on that as well. It's like, even if you don't like the person at all, the kids gonna know that, but you ain't never got to see it. The kids will see it just in your behavior, in your tone, in your demeanor, At least I tried to hide it. And yeah, even my baby
absolutely.
was like, I know you don't like her. I was like, baby, I never say anything about you bad about your mommy.
Right.
Like, she cooks very well.
How long is it normally that a person would stay in a relationship until the child gets a certain age? What age would that be if you stayed in a relationship with your baby mama? Till the child gets what, 12, 13,
It's
7?
like Tiger about this mad.
I feel you on that one. I didn't have an age. I wanted all three of mine to
Right.
get 18. But
Right, okay,
when it
yeah.
became physically abusive, no man wants to admit that, a woman is beating on you because you can knock her head off.
Right,
But,
yeah.
if a woman beats you, then police come, you going to jail.
Right.
I know that for a fact. So when you can't fight back and you just realize, you can't do this, something bad's going to end up happening.
Yeah, see,
It's
for
time
me,
to go.
Like I said, if it was me, like I wouldn't care what age. You know what I'm saying? Like he said,
Yeah.
like once my age gets up here, like nah.
Yeah, but see, the thing is not necessarily staying in a bad relationship. You don't stay in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
It's not divorcing the child, not
Yeah.
leaving the child when you leave the mom. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, like I have a nephew, and he and his woman broke up. They got back together, but when they broke up, he took his son.
Right.
I remember that when he would get up and walk to the train station, like an hour or two early when he was going to work to take his son to daycare. He catching a martyr,
Yeah.
take his son to daycare, go to work, go back, pick his son up. I mean,
Right.
it wasn't easy, but he did it, and I commend him for it.
Sacrifices, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't like when mothers back. Okay, I saw that. Doc, some were given to human traffickers. Oh wow, that's whoo, and they need to go to jail too. Yeah, I ain't started cussing, but I'm going to next segment. I know. Arthur says 18. So, Arthur, you saying they need to stay till they 18? I ain't mad at you, but
Right.
it's kind of hard. Sheila says it's real hard to do. I tried it, but it was too much for me and the kids. No, I feel you.
Right.
The kids know. I mean, the kids know. You can try to make the atmosphere as pleasant as possible. I mean, but still.
And kids are gonna know regardless. Like they see everything, so they're gonna know.
Yeah.
Even when you
Well, when they
think
get a
they don't
certain
know, they know.
age, I think.
Yeah.
But nah, my baby knew.
Yeah, absolutely.
That blew my
yeah,
mind.
yeah, they
You can
feel
feel
that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because it's like
Yeah.
I'm not the guy who's gonna sit and scream and yell and this, that, and the other. That's just not in my personality. So I'm not gonna do that. Now I can't be taken to that point, but if I scream and yell, then I must really love you, because my thing is to try to knock your head over. First, my thing is to get away. My first run. I don't want to get into, because I know once I get a certain level of anger, it's a
to
visceral
come
state.
back, yeah.
Exactly. So I don't want to
Yes.
go there. So whatever, bro. Cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get away. But if I can't, I know that I don't want to unleash that.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they see, they sense the vibes. I feel you on that one. Like even babies cry when parents are yelling or disagreeing strongly or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And even I've heard that when before a woman consumes,
Yes. Conceives. Yeah.
birth, that what's going on the outside, that baby can interpret on
Exactly.
the inside. So like if
Exactly.
you argue with your baby daddy the whole pregnancy, then the baby come out and she arguing.
I used to talk to the stomach.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I put my mouth on the stomach and be like, "Hey, baby," and stuff like that. And when she was born, she came out. They pop her, make her cry, whatever. And I went over and started talking to her, and she stopped, and she was looking for me. And I thought that was the coolest thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Dolores people. The problem is when parents divorce each other, it becomes personal between each other. And since there's only two adults in the family, the adults will have to act accordingly and explain to the children what's going on. That's deep.
Right.
Good evening, King.
Yes,
Good evening, Dolores.
play
Your
your
kids
part.
see things
Yeah.
you don't see sometimes, and when the kids have to tell you stuff they seen when you wasn't there, it's time to go. I feel you on that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody bringing somebody in your house somewhere you ain't there. Yeah, because
your
that
kid
would
know
not
about
be,
it.
Yeah.
that would
Your
not be a
kid
good
got
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then you subject to all kind of something. Because I couldn't even see nobody disciplining my child.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even if she was dead wrong, let another dude tell my, whoo, bro, that would not go over well. That would,
You know, they have step parents that try to co-parent children now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, I kind of understand, and if you are in that child's life, then
Right.
you need to have some kind of rapport with the child. You need to
Right,
be able to
right,
tell a child when
right.
they messing up.
Yeah.
But on that same note, you know, I guess you got to build that rapport with the other parent too.
Yeah.
You know, try to have that good relationship because, yeah,
Men can't really get along with sons. So like if you meet a woman and she has a 14-year-old son and a 15-year-old son, you know, and he really don't like the idea of his mama even having a stepdaddy anyway.
yeah,
So that relationship, a lot of people that I've talked to, a lot of guys especially, and I've had friends that have got into a relationship with women that had teenage sons, they do not get up. They bump heads
Yeah.
all the time.
because the boy
You
think
know,
that his
yeah.
mom is his
I was gonna
woman.
say,
He
You
see
know.
that this man is coming in and his mama's not paying him all that attention that he used to.
And they know that, you know, that the man is knocking his mom. You know what I'm
I ain't think like that. True that.
You're knocking my mom down. You done drunk up all the Kool-Aid.
All the Kool-Aid, the grape and the red.
It's like you're in the refrigerator, hanging out in the kitchen. This is my kitchen, you know. So they just do not get along. It's hard to come in to a 16, 17 year, 18, and you want to be dad, you know. And this guy never had a dad, never even knew what a dad was.
Wow.
Like, here you come, you know. Some
it-
very rarely are some teenage guys acceptable to that.
I don't know. I mean, I can't disagree because
Yeah.
I just never encountered that scenario.
Yeah.
So
You
I
ever
don't know
been a
either way.
stepdad?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I want to be, but I
Yeah,
haven't.
see, I've been a stepdad. I was a stepdad to 5 kids, and none of them look like me. You know, but I tried to do the best job that I could do because I was in a relationship with their mom at the time. Did the relationship go any further than what it went? No, it didn't. You know, because I don't guess I was stepdad material. You know, 5 kids, not 1 or 2, but 5.
5?
5. And don't none of them look like me. Don't even favor me.
King London seemed a little stressed, y'all. So he's not 1 or 2,
Not 1 or 2.
5. And every time he said, look at his hand. Every time he said, that hand come up. 5. He ain't playing no game with the 5.
You going to
Hey,
the
you know,
market 5 different times, putting out 5 different amounts of money. The 14-year-old, he don't want $5. He want 20. The 17-year-old, she don't want 20. She want 30. And I'm gonna tell you what finally broke us up is the oldest son was going to the prom, and I had a stinking Lincoln, and he wanted to drive my car to the prom, and I wouldn't let him.
I ain't mad at you.
And that broke us up because I wouldn't let him drive my car to the prom.
I ain't mad at you. I can't see it.
Absolutely.
Yes, and the step parents should start having a relationship with them while they are kids, not wait until they are adults to try
Yeah.
and have one.
Yeah.
This will not work because so much has happened. I feel you on that, but you depend on when you meet the person.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't like
They
come and
can
have a relationship
see
with the
everything
kid
we do.
before-
Ain't that a
Well,
kick in the
what you
head?
say?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see you, Angie. Wow. I'm sorry, fella. That was just kind of funny. That Dave Chappelle. That Dave Chappelle hit me right at the right moment. Angie just texted too. But okay, the step parenting,
Right.
the children coming in out of discipline the children.
Right.
Sometimes it works out well though, you know,
Right.
especially if there hadn't been a father figure.
Right.
And we hadn't been on our second break.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
got to go there. We'll be
Absolutely.
right back. Talk Show Kings. Join us in a minute.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
Show King, we back at you, coming at you live, having big fun out in Douglasville, Georgia on TV 10, blah, 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 TV 1061. My name is Doc and I can talk. Y'all hear me? I stutter from time to time and have other, speech impediments, but I can speak fairly well when I need to.
Fairly.
We're looking for a new host, King Hassan. Much love, brother, but King Hassan, he had to step away from the show. No disrespect, no bad feelings. Just,
no shade.
The man needed, he had other engagements he had to do. So we're looking for another king. If you're an articulate person who speaks fairly well and, you have a wide variety of thoughts in your head about different topics, then send an email to follow us in here and post something on Facebook. Also, send an email to tv1061@gmail.com. Okay. We're going to get off the other subject. Yeah. And we're going to talk about this chicken. Okay. Now, people say that the stabbing was over chicken. I disagree to a certain extent. The chicken is just a symptom of a bigger problem. Wait. I'm going to let y'all talk first.
Right.
Or do y'all want me to talk first? I'll let y'all talk first last time.
Open it up.
Okay. The chicken is just a symptom or a cause. The symptoms are bad customer service. I mean, you go in Popeyes and they will talk to you any kind of way at any time. Long overcrowded lines in an overcrowded building.
Right.
You get enough people in a small area with bad customer service, now they're angry. So now you have this huge crowd in a packed area of angry people and disrespect. Lord knows we will hurt each other. We will hurt each other over disrespect. And to me, that's what the stabbing was about.
Right.
Disrespect. The guy broke in line, or he cut in line, or budged, or however you word it. He wasn't in the front, so he went and got in front of some people. And dude behind him like, bruh, I've been in this line for all this time. Your black ass ain't coming up here getting in front of me. I'm just saying.
Right.
So dude, like, hey, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Right.
This is where I am.
So it's not
the fight
over
broke
the
out.
chicken
Exactly.
per se.
It's over the respect.
Absolutely.
And where that stabbing happened, I actually went to school in that area, so I know that area. And like, man,
I can believe it. You violent.
nah. But it's crazy because when I seen the story, I'm like, man, they would have a stabbing or an incident over here in this Popeyes in this area, like, over a chicken sandwich, like. And I personally went and stood in line for myself, and that sandwich is not all that great.
I feel you. I didn't stand in line. I actually
I stood in line. I literally stood in line for like a whole hour, like literally.
Is that right?
An hour. And it was actually a guy in front of me. I think he bought like 6 sandwiches himself. I was like, yo, they really up in here spending money on sandwiches like that? Like,
unless Jesus is blessing sandwiches.
Have you had one yet?
I ain't with it.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it at all, but I was just driving past Popeyes the other day. There's a dude out there directing traffic, got on his little vest, and he just.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's
doing that, what you call it thing?
It's so bad that I went with a friend of mine. Where she went through the drive-through, and they had the cab police.
Sure. Yeah. Yes.
But again, it to me, it's all about that customer service. You get angry people. It don't matter what you see. The old lady got slammed, right?
Yeah.
Caucasian female.
Sure did.
Something was wrong with her
did.
receipt.
Yeah.
So she was complaining. And I don't know what the guy said to her, but she called him
I just see the slam.
Yeah, she went to the N word, right?
Yeah.
So, dude, he wasn't happy about that. Went in the parking lot, scooped her up, and slammed her down
hard
the
on the
street.
face. I saw that.
And supposedly she had 9 fractured bones from that.
I seen it, but I didn't know like what was the reasoning on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was an older woman, 55 years old. Now,
Step too far.
It's too far because of what happened, because the fractured bones and whatnot.
It's too far on both sides.
Yeah.
She went too far over a receipt, and he went too far over dumping her on her head.
I can agree.
way too far.
But
Yeah.
I just ain't got too much tolerance.
Let me ask you this all together. Do you think, fellas, that they should just stop with the chicken sandwich?
No, man, this is a people problem.
Right.
You can't produce. I mean, because apparently they making money off that sandwich.
Of
and I'm not
course,
going to stop making money because you don't know how to stand in line.
Right.
Well, see, I think they should have customer training service. I think they should have customer service training. And they should only allow so many people in the building at a time. They should cook a gang of chicken because they know a gang of people coming.
Right.
I mean, I hear that too, but a lot of the stuff I see it sound like even what you saying has been with some of the customers.
Right.
And
They
the
wasn't prepared for this, dog.
Well, but see, they never were.
Second time.
First time,
you know what? They should have been prepared this time.
Exactly.
Because obviously, this happened the first time, so they definitely should have prepared for the
Right. They should have
Exactly.
prepared for it, but they wasn't
They
prepared
had to
for
clone
it.
all them chickens to get
Yeah.
the
Plus, I know you saying that one with the woman. I saw the video where the white dude, he went in, he got his chicken sandwiches. He's leaving, he's fussing with the dude, and he called him, and then as he goes out, he calls everybody in there because it's a room full of black people, and then one white dude, he called all of them the N-word while he leaving. And then he got beat up outside, and they took his sandwiches.
I don't condone violence, but in some instances, I understand. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I get it.
I'm surprised because when I was standing in line, I seen one white lady in there. I was like, oh, wow.
Did you see the 2 white guys fighting in the Popeye drive-thru?
Yes, they were older cats. He hit the guy's truck, came up and hit his side of his truck, and this guy got out, man, and he beat him up.
He wasn't playing no games.
Right, and the guy's wife and brother came over, and they, you just won't leave well enough alone, would you?
And see, with training in the customer service training, wasn't gonna fix none of them problems we were just talking about. That was just straight up the people who came in there to get sandwiches.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody do it. And then some of the cases, they done jump through windows and just beat up the people who work there.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
right.
I think the people who are working at Popeyes right now, they know to be on their guard a little bit and step lightly.
Now, it was an incident where the two employees got to fight.
Oh yeah,
The big dude, right?
Yeah.
I thought the big dude was not an employee. He was behind the counter.
No, these were two employees got to
These
fight.
are two females.
Wow.
They
They were on the outside.
Yeah.
Because one of the females was actually selling the sandwiches out back on the lot. She was trying to make her a little something.
Load up on sandwiches, so about that. She finna go to jail.
We got to get it in some kind of way.
Hey, but look, I wasn't even mad at which man. I was like, shit.
Stand the back, no selling chicken.
I got to wait in that line. Or
Chicken.
I got $4.
Hey, don't be acting no fool. Come on, you heard me. I said $5 for a second. You can go stand in line for an hour and get this.
Now, let me ask you, how much is a sandwich?
I don't even know.
I think it was like $6 something.
Sandwich.
$6 for a sandwich?
Yeah, just for the sandwich.
Okay. $6.
Sheila Dawson Wright says, hey, Miki. Shamiki Wright says, hey, Robert, I love you.
Love y'all too.
Shamiki Wright say, hey, other kings. I'll be one of them other kings. Hi, Shamiki. Whooped his ass. I feel you on that one. They better be nice serving them chicken sandwiches. I feel like they shouldn't let so many people in.
Yeah.
You let 15 people in, and as you let other people out, you let another one in. But you don't just have, you don't just have all those people in that small area.
Yeah.
It just don't make sense. If people get in a fight outside, it is what it is. But inside the restaurant, you need to have some kind of decorum. You need to have some kind of way to treat people too, because we have no respect of authority for each other.
Right.
We will treat each other like crap.
Right.
And we say Black Lives Matter, but we'll stab somebody over breaking in line. I don't give a damn what the line is about, chicken or anything else.
Just
a
like-
brother's life should be should be worth more than him cutting in line.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Just like you said before we aired, the lady that messed up her car.
Yeah.
For cutting the line. Like,
Yeah. Did you see the lady who was going through the drive-through and hit the yellow pole?
Yeah.
Instead of her just stopping, backing up, oh man, I hit this pole. She kept going. She was gonna get her a sandwich. She kept going, ended up ripping like the paneling off the side of the car.
Yeah.
I mean, she was determined.
Something up with these sandwiches.
I
still haven't had one.
Look,
but it's got to be something up with them.
That sandwich is not worth all that. I ate one before. I ate one before. It was big thing. I ate one before it was a big thing the first time, and it was okay. The employee talked me into buying two. Them things was all right. I feel you on that one. I'm not impressed either. I saw someone sell them on Facebook, $25 to $50. If you buy a chicken sandwich off of Facebook, something's really wrong with your brain, because you don't know what they did to that daggone chicken. Yeah, we talk about sprinkling crack and meth and all that kind of stuff. Food like you some Drano or something. You better watch yourself. We buy food off of Facebook. Father, what is wrong with these?
I'm telling you, chicken sandwich on Facebook.
It's these damn millennials. Tell me how you really feel about it, Artie. We were taught to respect. We were taught to respect when in another's house. This customer service providers get tired of getting disrespected. While customer service is paramount, no one wants to be treated as less than a human being. I feel you on that.
Right.
It should be both ways. Should be extended from the customer to the employee and from the employee to the customer. However, realize that the employee is getting paid because of the customer.
I'm saying somebody, I work in customer service, and first of all, I love you. I'm gonna be a delight whenever I'm working with you anyway, and that's the way I wanna. I'm comment somebody. One, I'm getting. Hey, they love me down now. Now, But I always want to give the best customer service. But
Right.
like you, I know you say you hit Popeyes. Me, it's the Burger King right there down the street. Them sisters, they don't care. They really don't care. They go a little too far sometimes.
Right.
But
I paid the brother to
they
buy
were
me a
saying,
sandwich. Like,
Did
I was
you?
like, yeah.
the person getting
How'd you
paid
like
and
it?
the person who worked there definitely
Right.
should be treating the customers with respect and
Right.
The lady,
treating them right.
one lady in line when I got there, she was like, listen to how you talk to me. The people at Chick-fil-A never talk to me like that.
I know.
The lady told her, go to Chick-fil-A.
Right.
And I was like, wow. I bet the manager at Popeyes didn't
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah.
But hey,
But
it is what
hey,
it
can
is.
I go ahead and tag on that? Shout out to Chick-fil-A. Like, I've never ran into a bad customer
feel
service
you.
Right,
situation.
right.
I feel
Yeah,
you on
yeah.
that. They have training to
Yeah,
where they teach the
absolutely.
people how to deal with it,
Absolutely.
you know? And
And
then
they-
if something's wrong,
Yeah,
they try to
absolutely.
make it right.
I think they have a different hiring priority than Popeye. Popeyes, everyone I went to, ghetto fabulous. I mean, ghetto fabulous. I saw a girl work at Popeyes. Her fingernails were the same color the chicken was. You know, whoa! I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You know,
Is that a polished color?
No, she went and got them painted like that, the same, look just like chicken. I'm like, I was like, man, you got to be kidding me.
Wow.
I thought you
Get
just said
to
her nails was dirty.
Even so,
it's
you
a-
still can talk to somebody like they,
Yeah.
like they're a person.
Right.
You still can treat a person with a certain
Yeah.
amount of dignity. You know.
Yep.
I was gonna say it's so bad. Some of them be on the phone, like with the
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes,
Like,
yes, yes.
And and
Yes.
they don't want to do like my thing. Come to the little stuff. Be acting extra. If you ask for like a sauce or something, you gotta
Yeah.
deal with that.
And please check your food before
Yes.
you get home.
yeah.
You get home, they don't bit off your card on the card. Your rice been dipped in. You order green beans, they give you one bean. I mean, you better check your food before you get
I
home.
don't think they like you over there.
Bro, your sister say, Shamiki says, customer service my ass. Some of these I'm handing out lollipops and ass whoopings. And I'm fresh out of lollipops. Shamiki, control your temper. Wait till you have you in jail over no daggum chicken sandwich or whooping somebody's ass because they know how to talk to you. Artie, wait a minute. I missed Harriet. Harriet says, all I can say is that chicken sandwich have folks losing their minds. I've had one, it's good, but not worth all that craziness.
Right.
I feel you on that one. Artie, 85% of customers are great and treat you like human beings. Why should they be cordial for a measly 15%? Because they in line. I mean, trying to be funny, either put them out or try to be as whatever, because your goal is to get them in and out as fast as possible
Right.
because of all these people. So you want to be trying to, like get one of them guns they have at the basketball game where they just shoot the t-shirts in the air and just be shooting people with the chicken sandwiches because you try to get them in and out. Shamiki says, one of them doctor masks on them nails. Cat Davis watching. Hey, Cat Talk Show Divas in the building. We appreciate you, and your show is great. We love y'all.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Divas.
Talk Show Divas. What about the people that act like the extra condiments? Some out they check. Wait, come out they check.
That's what I was talking
They
about.
give me
man.
the damn
It's
barbecue
not
sauce
gonna
food.
kill you to get. And let me tell you, me and my friend, we stopped by Burger King, and before we came up to the window, he asked for a zesty sauce. We saw them charge him the 25 cents for the zesty sauce on the screen. I was like, but you don't ask. You got to ask for that in the window. So they won't try to put that on there like that, man. But
I mean,
when
it
it
ain't
comes
like
down
Burger
to
King.
some of them, they protect that stuff. Like you ask them for a napkin, they'll give you one napkin or something, and then you got to be. Can I get a couple of extra napkins for
Right.
you?
Yeah.
like it coming out of their paycheck.
Absolutely,
The
yeah.
napkin.
The manager gonna get on them, I'm pretty sure, because the store got to make money, and
Yeah.
everything that's there costs. They
feel
didn't
it,
get
but,
that. They didn't get that zesty sauce.
I'm
free.
just
They
saying, I
usually
go to
give
the
out
other
that stuff
places.
for
I can
free.
go to some other places,
absolutely.
and I can get a napkin, and they
I
ain't gonna
feel
be
you.
stingy with the napkins.
And I agree with you on
get
that.
that treatment.
I agree with you on that one.
As
It should.
opposed to what they used to give out condiments, now you got to ask for them.
Yeah.
If you go to a chicken place, the first thing they stick in the bag with hot sauce. Now, if you don't ask for it, dog, you're not gonna get it.
And I just want to say, with this whole, like, because I'm hearing the chicken sandwich ain't all that great. That's why I keep hearing from everybody. Like, this is just like, is this like an obsession with, like, something that we've been doing? Because I also heard somebody mention millennials and stuff. But, you know, from, like, the iPhones to Black Friday, where we just line up at these places like it's something huge. I mean, you can get that phone whenever. You ain't got to go over there and stand in that line 3 o'clock in the morning and all that stuff to get that phone. Like, is it just something where we take this stuff too far?
Definitely. And they drop prices. The thing is, people don't realize the spending power that we have.
Right.
Look up Martin Luther King's The Other America. If you want to know why I think the way I do, is because I've listened to that at least 6 different times. It's a 47-minute speech by Martin Luther King, and that's the reason they killed him, in my opinion. That's the reason they killed him. Okay, now, whatever. Martin Luther King's Other America. Listen to it, and you'll get at least where I got a lot of my point of views from. But we line up, and it's like that pressure to spend. You know that people try to get things at a cheaper price.
Right.
And a lot of times it's things that we don't even need. You know, I mean, it's things that we could do without, and people will act a fool over it. Yep. Go to one of them Black Friday sales and watch people snatching stuff from each other and fighting and all this, that, and the other. And I'm like, bruh, it's really not that serious.
I would say, even at the Black Friday, at least, like you said, it's a big sale. The chicken sandwich is gonna be it's the same price across the board for everybody, and they out there stabbing each other for it.
Nah, I feel you. Well, so, see, again, the stabbing was more of a respect thing than a chicken. I mean, we can reduce it to the chicken because that's what they were in line for.
Right.
But he ain't say, you know, okay, give me your chicken. Look. No, you ain't gonna cut it line. You know what I'm saying? Do we need to bring up Black Wall Street? I feel you on that one, Andy. Right. Some places are making you pay for sauces. Yeah, that's what he was saying about Burger King.
Right.
Yeah. I done got kind of bougie, so I don't really eat like that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really go to Burger King or McDonald's. I ain't been to McDonald's so long.
Right.
Burger King either.
Oh, McDonald's.
And it's ridiculous. Now I will hit up Chick-fil-A. I can't lie, because them frosted lemonades got me addicted. But frosted lemonade.
Well, I like plain lemonade, so I
put ice cream and lemonade and blend it together. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
I gotta try it.
Make your mouth slap top of your, make your tongue slap top of your mouth. Okay, where was we at? Okay. We still want to talk about people clowning over these chickens. I done thought about them frosted lemonade. About to start watering them, getting all salivating. I'm telling you, that thing is so good to me. And then I like Chick-fil-A chicken better too.
Yeah.
I mean, now the Popeye red bean and rice you can't beat with a stick.
No, I had the Popeye sandwich.
I ain't talking about
the Popeye chicken sandwich is they give you a very large piece of chicken.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, however, used to do that. I had one, I guess about 2 Mondays ago, and it was the size of a pan sausage. And I was like,
pan sausage?
Yeah, about, a pan sausage about that round. And when I opened my sandwich and looked down at it, I told my wife,
where's the meat?
I got to be kidding. It went from a chicken sandwich to an hors d'oeuvre. I'm like, man.
You got a starter sandwich.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still cost the same?
Yes,
the Popeye chicken, I will give them credit in that it stays crunchy. The whole thing is crunchy. Chick-fil-A gives you a crunch here and a crunch there. The sandwich ain't crunchy. Popeye chicken stay crunchy. The problem is that these companies offer bonuses either yearly or quarterly for the employees, saving the company money. I feel you on that. That was Artie.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you, Angie. I need to focus. You right. I done got into my Chick-fil-A and
But yeah, that Popeye chicken sandwich, to save you some time, it's just a sandwich. Like, it's nothing really special about it. But
my grandma, may she rest in peace,
right,
was the best cook that I've ever. My sister's a close second, and my dad's a close third. But
right.
All of them, man, I eat their food over any fast food spot any day of the week.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, my pop, he cooked fried chicken in a cast iron skillet and put the top on it. So the chicken be cooking on, man, I'm salivating again. I got, hey, we'll be right back. I got to wipe this drool off. We'll be right back. And Talk Show Kings.
Talk Show Kings.
Talk Show Kings.
Kings.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Our second segment went too long, and we done went over our time, so we just came back to tell you cats, hey, we got nothing but love for you, and we got to bounce. We done took too long on one of our segments and went over time. And Shamiki, no, Miss Sally Long, the best cook ever lived. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm trying to. Miss Sally Long, hey,
Who she said that,
my grandma made a German chocolate cake, right?
Yeah.
So she got her sifter, which you say that nowadays, people don't even know what that is.
What a sifter,
So a
yeah.
sifter, yeah. You grind the flour and then you pick it up and it just float down. And then she got some salt. It amazed me. I was a kid. She got some salt, put it on her hand and did it like this. I was like, what this much salt gonna do in a bowl this big? Hey, but that German chocolate cake, bro, I'm telling you. Oh, Lord.
All you need.
Miss Sally Long, no joke. I love you. The more you tell I join you. Hey, exactly. She'll play no game, bro. We'll make anything.
Yeah,
Anything.
yeah,
Like, make a banana pudding, bro. Crack them eggs and then get the spoon and separate the yolk and the white. I'm trying to tell you.
Straight from scratch.
Playing no games with them. No game with her. I ain't mad at you, Mickey. But, hey, I got to give it to Miss Sally Long. Much love, family. Hey, join us and talk to us. You know, we need your comments and let us know what you want us to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because we love y'all topics. We love y'all. So, you know, holler at me. Let me know what you want us to talk about.
Absolutely.
We enjoyed you too, Sheila.
Also, keep in mind what Doc said earlier. We are looking for a talk show king. If you feel like you can join us, sit here, and you got comments, even if you have a following on Facebook and YouTube, bring that following with you and join the show. We would love to have you get in touch with us through our YouTube, through our, Facebook, would help. But call the show even, and we would love to speak with you.
1061TV at gmail.com. I said it wrong the first time.
Right.
Angie, Jody, Mika, MJ, Slim, PJ. Can y'all imagine, Fanny, can y'all imagine if we had the crew that we had in the military on a show? All the nonsense we used to talk. Oh my God. You want to talk about crazy and laughing. I'm sorry. And much love to all my veterans, you know, from one veteran to another.
Absolutely.
I got number of love and respect for you.
Thank you so much.
If you have anything wrong with you, make sure to go and get help, because the suicide rate among veterans is rising out of control.
Right.
And we need to look out for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. Chris Merritt, hey, from one veteran to another one. you hungry now? I feel you, bro. I ain't mad at you. Call up grandma. It's Thanksgiving right around the corner, you know. I'm finna start like 3-4 days before Thanksgiving, so I go to my sister's house and break it down. I'm sorry, y'all go ahead. Do your thing, because we got to go.
So, as always, shout out to the fam. While we doing, shout out to the grandmas. Grandma Dean, rest in peace.
Absolutely.
And I love y'all.
Shout out to everybody that's watching, and shout out to my mom for watching, Harry.
All right, shouts out to my family. Shouts out to Stellar Award winning station that I'm a part of. You know who you are. Shouts out to my beautiful wife, my support system, and to my mom. I hope you feel better. And to my church, you know, Travelers Rest Missionary Baptist Church. I love you so much, and just thank you and tune in once again.
That man just drip swagger. I ain't mad at you. One day I'm gonna learn how to be like that. I want to give a shout out to baby girl, of course, you know.
Absolutely.
Give a shout out to my mom, my grandma, my sister, craziness, all of them. Shout out to my crew, all y'all veterans, you know, and I love you. And just everybody I know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you got love for me, I got love for you. If you don't got love for me, I got love for you. And shout out. You know, it ain't a black-white thing. It's a much love thing, you know. And we'll holler back.
All right, Talk
Show Kings.
Peace out.
Don't forget to talk.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.